All right, guys, so we are filling in notes on proportional relationships and the unit rate. So to just jog your memory, the unit rate is how much it is for one of something. So Mike's traveling 150 miles in 3 hours. Hours is going to be our independent variable, where miles is going to be our dependent variable. So to calculate the unit rate, we take our dependent variable and divide it by our independent variable. And so we get that Mike traveled 50 miles per hour, and you should be writing this in your packet. By the way, anytime we label a unit rate, it should be dV per IV. So whatever your dependent variable is per the independent variable, because it's how much it is for one. And then if we look at the second example, our dependent variable is the cost. The cost of the apple depends on the independent variable, which is the number of pounds that you buy. So to figure out the unit rate there, we're going to take our dependent variable, which is the cost, 760, divided by the number of pounds we bought, which was 4, and that tells us that the unit rate is $1.90 per pound. Cost per pound, dependent variable per independent variable. Let's go ahead and flip the page. So a proportional relationship is any relationship where the relationship or the ratio between the two quantities is constant. So 30 miles for every 2 hours has a unit rate of 15 miles per hour. So they went at a constant speed, so that is a proportional relationship. 2 pounds cost $6 means that the unit rate is $3 per pound. So this is also proportional because it has a constant rate, $3 for every pound you buy. So if they tell us that Alberto types 45 words per minute, the relationship is going to be proportional because every minute he's going to be typing the same amount. Constant means to stay the same. So after 2 minutes, he's going to have typed 90 words. After 3 hours, he's going to have typed 135 words. I keep saying hours, I mean minutes. After 4 minutes, he'll have typed 180 words. And after 5 minutes, he'll have typed 225. So if we look at each pair, 45 over 1, so remember we're going to do dV divided by IV to find the independent variable. 45 over 1, 90 over 2, so we're just comparing each of the unit rates. 135 divided by 3, 180 divided by 4, and 225 divided by 5. If we look at each of those unit rates separately, where we take the dV and divide it by the IV, we're going to get the same unit rate each time. We're going to get 45 words per minute each time. So that tells us that this relationship's proportional because it's a constant rate. So this is proportional because it has a constant ratio. Excuse my handwriting on here, it's a little tough to write. Let's go ahead and flip to the next page. So if we check this next table to see if it's actually proportional or not, what we're going to do is we're going to check each of the ratios. So the first ratio, we'll do 65 divided by 1. That's 65 miles in that first hour. If we check the next ratio, 120 divided by 2, that's 60 miles per hour. The next ratio gives us 65 again. 220 divided by 4 is 55. and 300 divided by 5 is 600. So this is not proportional because there's no constant ratio. So they tell us that the next example is proportional. He's going at a steady pace. So that means he's going at a constant ratio. So our ratio here is 10.5 divided by 3. 10.5 inches in 3 seconds tells me that he's going 3.5 inches per second. That's my unit rate. So after 1 second, he's gone 3.5 inches. After 2 seconds, he's gone 7 inches. 4 seconds, he'll have gone 14. And after 15 seconds, he'll have gone 17.5 inches. And if you compare each of the ratios by dividing the dV by the IV, you're going to notice that the ratios are all constant. Which tells us that it is proportional. Let's go ahead and flip the page. So, if a relationship is proportional, there's a relationship between x, which remember is the IV, and y, which is the dV. The relationship is y equals ax, which tells me that I'm going to take my dV and multiply it by A, which is my unit rate or my constant of proportionality. And I'm going to take that and multiply it by my IV. So the last example tells me that 2 pounds of cashews cost $5, 3 pounds cost $7.50, and 8 pounds cost $20. This is a proportional relationship because each time you divide 5 divided by 2, 750 divided by 3, and 20 divided by 8, each time you divide, you get the same ratio, a constant of proportionality, which is 250. So it's $2.50 per pound of cashews. Since you divide and get the same thing each time, it is going to be proportional. And so if we look on the next page, the equation will be y, which is the cost in dollars, equals 2.5 times x, $2.50 times x. And we see that our unit rate, which in this unit we're going to call constant of proportionality, appears right next to x. So if you need to go back and rewatch this video to make sure you got all the notes written down, please do so. We're going to do more with this tomorrow.